Hey everyone, it's Cinnamon, and this week on Going Solo, I'll be returning to Ulduar. Now before I get started, here's all the bosses I killed, so feel free to click on one if you'd like to skip ahead. And remember, if you have any questions about something in particular, don't hesitate to ask. Alright, so originally I was going to do the Obituary achievement where you leave all 4 towers up, but you know what, how about I do something different? You know, something that, maybe it's not on this list of a million achievements. How about I do it with no vehicles at all? I'm just going to do it with my kitty and my bow. That's all I'm going to use. But if you'd like to do the 4 tower achievement and actually get credit for the mount and stuff, the way you want to do it, as I actually showed in the previous video, I did a couple months back, you'll take one of the demolishers and you'll place it over somewhere around this spot right here, and then you'll hop out of it. Then you want to circle around over to here and make sure you don't get too close to him, because he has a pretty large aggro radius. But you want to then take a chopper and place it somewhere in this area, I guess. I don't know the exact spots, I just kind of throw it somewhere that works for me. And then you hop on this demolisher here, and then you start off the pull right here and you start flinging the pyrite and stuff. You want to stack it all the way up to 10 before you hop over to your chopper and make your way to the second one. And you don't want to do it like immediately one after another. You want to alternate between the regular fire cannon shot thing and the pyrite, so that way it stacks up slower and it does more damage over time. If you want the strategy, you can look in the last video. I'll give you a link to it so you can see how it's done. But now I'm going to do the silly method and start the pull off. I do know that he's resistant to nature damage, so you won't see any serpent sting going on. And I probably should have used steady shots, but yeah, that's not going to happen. Or is he? Is he immune to? He's immune to serpent sting for some reason, but not cover shot. No, I'm not seeing any immunes. Alright, so just serpent sting. But yeah, this is how it's gonna go. On to Razorscale. So this time around I'll be showing you how you can complete the Iron Dwarf Medium Rare achievement by yourself as a level 90. Now before going into the fight, you want to swap your pet over to Tenacity, as well as have a low level ranged weapon on hand. I went with the level 60 bow. So to start off, there will be 3 drill phases and 3 down phases before she enrages. Each drill phase will spawn exactly 4 guardians, so there will be a total of 12 possible kills per attempt. The Watchers and Sentinels can be killed off, as they do not give credit. In the meantime, go ahead and position your pet on the edge of the circle next to the harpoons. This is the place where all the guardians should be for the breath. After the second set of drills, the second harpoon should be ready. Use it as soon as possible so that you can bring Razorscale down. You will have 38 seconds from clicking to move the dwarves into position and get them to the appropriate level of health. I found that misdirecting each with a single arcane shot from my 90 bow was about the most I could do to start off. I then swapped over to my 60 bow and, depending on their health, used auto and arcane shots to push them into range. I don't know for certain what it is, but the best estimate I can give is somewhere around 10 to 12k. There's very little leeway. You'll probably notice a couple of dwarves in the video died to an auto shot after she breathed, because I tried to squeeze one more in. Do I even need to say his name? No? Alright, well, back to the music then. Here we have the Iron Council. I decided to do the achievement for the mount, so I'll basically just be killing them from shortest to tallest. The only thing I think worth mentioning is if your DPS is fairly low, you may need a tanking pet. Also, if you've never done this fight before, the blue circles are a DPS boost for both you and the enemies. Going up the stairs, we have Kologarn. I'll be doing Disarmed, so go ahead and mark this one off the list. Now, because I can pretty much circ everything in here, that's kind of what I did. One of the things I learned, however, is if you're in melee range and have aggro, you won't be gripped. So using this to my advantage, I mixed in some multi-shots with my normal rotation on the body. Once it was down about halfway, I moved over to the arms and quickly finished them off. Alright, how do you pronounce this? Auriaya? 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 Aurora? No, that's not it. But anyways, for her, I went for the Crazy Cat Lady achievement. This will require you to defeat her without killing either of the kitties she starts with. Hodir, nothing special about him. If there's a specific achievement you want, it's pretty self-explanatory. For getting cold in here, you must constantly move in order to prevent your stacks from building up. Should you get frozen, an NPC will generally take care of it. However, since I did not free them, I used a macro Master's Call that automatically casts it on myself. On to Thorim. Now this is still a roadblock for some, so I'll re-explain the method that I use. To start off, you have all the stuff in the middle that you must kill before the lever becomes active. Do that and then open the gate. Make sure Aspect of the Cheat is on and run to the first mini-boss. You'll tag him and immediately run back into the arena. I use Disengage and a Swiftness potion along the way. Several other options include having engineering, being a Worgen, using the talent Post Haste, and making use of the glyphs Black Ice, Pathfinding, and Disengage. Once the giant spark has dissipated, put down a couple of traps in the center of the arena and run back into the tunnel. You can now kill everything off as it comes in, minus one of the NPCs from the arena. It doesn't matter which one, just make sure to save something. Head up to Thorim now, but do not get too close. Finish off whatever you kept from the beginning, dismiss your pet, and then walk up to start the conversation. As soon as you can attack him, fire a shot, then jump down. This will prevent the encounter from resetting. From this point on, the fight is no different than usual, just avoid the streams of electricity and burn him down. Entering the conservatory now, I had the sudden urge to become a lumberjack, so I thought it'd be a good idea to clear all the trash.
was that?
Now that that's taken care of, I grouped all 3 of the elders together and burned them down simultaneously. For Freya, I just ignored the ads altogether because I can out-DPS her healing. You'll get an achievement so long as 25 stacks of Attune to Nature remain upon defeating her. Heading down to Melron, my main focus this time will be on killing it in an assault bot with a rocket strike. This is much easier to do on normal mode, however the urge to press the big red button can be extremely hard to resist. So how is this done? Well, in phase 3, the one with the head, assault bots will spawn every so often. Don't worry about misdirecting these, instead simply have them follow you around until the next phase begins. Once Mr. Power Ranger combines his vehicles, the rocket strikes will return, and you can then try for the achievement. As you'll see shortly, you have to position them perfectly inside the ring, otherwise it'll miss. If you happen to mess up and get hit, you'll take a whopping 5 million damage. Moving on to the second to last boss, General Visx. I didn't bother to do the hard mode for him, but if you'd like to get it, you'll need to wait for all 6 of the Serenite Vapors to spawn and coalesce into the Animus. Also, if you dodge all of the shadow crashes, you'll get yet another achievement. And finally we have Yogg-Saron with no keepers. I wasn't expecting to pull this off, but somehow I did. I'll do the best I can to explain everything, however I cannot guarantee this is replicable. So phase 1, the slow and boring ad phase. You'll need the Faceless to die next to Sarah in order to damage her. When she reaches 1 health, the next phase will begin. If you kill 9 of them within 12 seconds, you'll get an achievement. This is easiest done by running through the clouds to spawn additional ones. On to phase 2. There will be 1 Crusher Tentacle, 2 Corruptor Tentacles, and 3 Constrictor Tentacles before the portals become available. The Constrictors must be killed with your pet, so always have it by your side. The Corruptors are then the next priority. If they manage to get Apathy or Black Plague off, you might as well just restart the fight. The Crushers can be saved for last, as they only reduce your damage by 20% while up. If all goes well, you should have enough sanity to live to phase 3. I went into the portal with 25 and came out with 21. The area inside will vary each week, so the only thing I can tell you is that you must keep your back turned to the skulls. Assuming you dealt enough damage to the brain, phase 3 will begin upon leaving. Again, you must race to kill that Corruptor Tentacle as fast as possible. There will also be Faceless that spawn from time to time. These need to be DPS down so that they deal less damage. They cannot be killed and will heal exponentially faster the more there are. Yogg will also periodically cast Lunatic Gaze. This is a channeled spell that lasts for 4 seconds and will reduce your sanity by 4 for every second you are facing him. With all that said, there's one question I have for you all. Where exactly did my pet go? I think Yogg ate her and then coughed her back up upon dying.